Hello everyone, it's Summer 3567. We're back in the episode of Flower Summer. We're now on the Dolly route at chapter 2. To be a chapter again today. So let's just get right into it. It's been a hot one these last few days again. That's really slowing me down. I mean, it was boiling. Whew, I still feel it. Now, let's see. Chapter 2. Doesn't make you mad that attitude of yours is the first one. Hey, Prez.
Nani?
What is it?
そんなに気にかかるなら、その態度は何なの？高崎さん。どうか忠告してきたらどうだ？
If you're that bothered by it, why don't you just go confront her? Go on, say something like Takasaki-san, just what is it with this attitude of yours?
八重垣さん、
Miyagaki-san. The twins are delighted by my impression of her. Takasaki looks over at the commotion we're making, and after staring back for a few seconds, the president averts her eyes.
もう少し、冷静になってから話すわ。
I'll speak to her after I've, calmed down a little. That's her only response.
へ
え。
何よ。
What?
いや、やっぱりお前はいいやつだなってさ。
Nothing, just thinking how nice you really are. No matter what attitude people take towards her, that trait always shines through.
褒めても何もないわよ。
Flattery won't get you anywhere, you know? She doesn't look as annoyed as she'd had me think. I wonder if my bookworm buddy might have been better off with her. And back on the main path. Whee! Yeah, things are just going a little crazy this week. This one was correct. I completely forgot I had to record this episode too. I was so out of it. Ugh, the heat just drains me and I run out, and then timber. At least I know it's a few hours later. There isn't much I can do about it though. Either way, we're just flying through chapter 2. Gotta love how quick it is in the big pancake stack. It's nice breezing through this again on a quicker pace now. And we do have a good amount of endings, and we gotta do the Forsaker. Well, this is all so that she can find new friends, isn't it? I decided to forsake her. Besides, I imagine that for someone who doesn't show much in the way of emotional ups and downs, someone like her, Yatsushiro Senpai, may be the ideal candidate.
なるほど。バレエが上手だと聞いていたが、劇をやる上でも重要なのだね。
I see. I'd heard that you were very talented at ballet. So that kind of physicality is important in drama too, isn't it?
ええ、そうです。
Yes, it is.
体が柔軟というだけでも、怪我はしにくいだろうしね。
Being physically flexible means you're less likely to get injured, I guess.
私がバレエが得意だと誰に聞いて。
Who told you that I was good at ballet?
ああ、それは佐々木一吾くんにだよ。彼女が教えてくれたんだ。
Oh, that'd be Ichigo Sasaki-kun. She told me all about you.
そうですか。佐々木さんが。
Sasaki-san did. Her gaze sharpens as she looks over to where Ichigo is talking with Sakuragi-senpai, the conscious of the cooking club. Sensing threat, the elder twin snaps to attention like a frightened rabbit.
あいつは知らずに敵を作るタイプだな。
She's the kind to make enemies without even realizing it. This thought occurs to me.
おっと。
Uh-oh. I flinch slightly as Takasaki turns her gaze on me. Trying to throw her a light belt, I snap my fingers to get the attention of the two upperclassmen.
ゴミか。
Flick. And we gotta go to the next one, which is the Club for Aspiring Angels. put my hands together.
合唱部っていうのは合唱、つまりは仏教徒を集めた部だよ。みんながキリスト教ってわけじゃないからな。
You know, like choirs of angels, everyone gets together and does their very best to act, well, angelic.
あなたの二枚舌には二度と騙されないわよ。合唱部でしょ？知っているわ。
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. She means the choir club, I knew that much.
なんだよ。それじゃ何が疑問だってんだ。
Then what are you confused about?
期待のホープになるぞって言っていたから。
He said I could be the savior, so... You don't want to know who exactly needs saving.
話の流れからわかるだろうが。
I put my hands together. You know, like choirs of angels, everyone gets together and does their very best to act, well, angelic.
そうだ。せっかくだし、合唱部の見学でも行ったら。
Zip. Oh, gotta do the thing again. At least these chapters are gonna go by a lot quicker in these episodes will. So don't expect it to be too long, you know, this is gonna be 96, well, probably close to 96 parts like the first one. And now, because the president and I have a special sort of relationship.
お前は本当に空気が読めないな。
You seriously can't take a hint, can you?
空気？
What do you mean? Trying to blow a little smoke over the real issue at hand, I lightly pat the president's creamy thigh a few times.
私と委員長は深い仲ってやつなのさ。部屋にお前がいるとやりにくいだろ。
The president and I have a very close relationship. We couldn't enjoy ourselves with you there, could we?
なるほど。
Makes sense. Huh?
何鳩が豆鉄砲を食らったような顔してるんだよ。高崎に言ってやれ。お前が部屋に来るまでは蜜月だったって。
Why are you looking so flabbergasted, dear? Tell Takasaki how sweet things were before she arrived.
何を言っているの？八重垣さん、私たちはそんな。
Yagaki is pulling the strings hard. What are you talking about, Yagaki-san? We weren't.
確かに照れているわね。
She's blushing.
だろう？これが普通の反応ってやつだ。お前も見習えよ。
Of course she is. It's a perfectly natural reaction. Maybe you should be taking notes. She lets out a strange squeak as I move up her thigh and pat near her bottom. Kamikaze-senpai glances over at us from where she's instructing the other club members.
八重垣さん!
Yagaki-san! She snaps at me angrily, her face bright red, as you'd expect of her, I guess.
冗談だよ。嫌われてるかもしれないって気にしてるってのもさ。でも。
I said I was kidding around, and I didn't mean it when I said I thought you didn't like me.
でも、お茶会に呼ばれなかったのを残念に思っているのは本当だぜ。
But I really do miss being invited to your tea parties. Oh.
私は委員長の入れる紅茶が気に入ってるんだ。だからお見限りってのはなしにしてくれ。
I'm quite partial to your famous tea. Please stop ignoring me, Prez.
そうね。
And zip. And, yep, didn't do it. All right. Next week we'll be probably getting through this route. I mean, it's not too bad, especially if we start getting ones that we get a lot right in a row. I'll do a double chapter. But you can see how fast we go through this. Hopefully Master will be coming out later today because it's so late already. It's in one of those weeks. Another one. To be honest, I'm not good at Bible study. To be honest, I'm not great when it comes to Bible study. I reckon it's only natural to be less proficient in areas you're not interested in.
聞いているのだけど。
I'm just asking. Still, it pays you to answer truthfully.
いや、こいつ結構しつこいところがあるからな。
And again, she's pretty persistent. It'll be even more bothered if I try to change the subject and she keeps pushing. I heave a sigh.
投手が怪我しているのに、9回裏のベンチにお前しかいなかったくらいだよ。
Imagine, it's the bottom of the ninth, the pitcher's injured, and you're the only player on the bench.
どういう意味よ？
What are you going on about?
絶望的ってことさ。聖書は苦手だ。ま、テスト前日には無理やり記憶させるがね。
It's hopeless. I'm terrible at Bible study. I'll just have to cram the day before the test. The silence stretches on and Takasaki goes back to her previously forgotten salad. And we go back on our path. Skip through this because we've all... Okay, that was 3 new lines. In the original script for the movie Jurassic Park, there's a particular line I remember. Science can create pesticides, but it cannot tell us not to use them. However, right now, my arms are filled with dried hay before my eyes turn to an overwhelming sea of roses. We are so far in the Dahlia route, we have an alteration to the timeline. In the middle of it stands Sister Basquait, who has removed her habit and veil and is dressed for gardening. Now let's get started, shall we? He smiles brightly. Personally, I feel like pesticides or whatever are fine. They spare me the trouble dealing with this stuff.
ま、病害虫対策のため農薬は撒いているみたいだけどさ。
Although it does look like they're being used to combat the worst of the bugs.
どうしました？まずはマルチングをしましょう。
Is everything alright? Let's start by mulching the area. He smiles sweetly, taking a handful of hay. There's one thing I really want to say right now.
なんでこんなに手間暇かけて勉強を教わらなくちゃいけないってことだよ。
Why do I have to give up my time for this? I'll start with what should have been a simple conversation. All I wanted to have was my bookworm buddy tutor me in my weaker subjects. However...
え？私がお二人に教えるんですか？
Huh? You want me to tutor the two of you?
ああ、予定が先までびっしりってんじゃないなら頼みたいんだが。
Yeah, if your schedule's not too full.
お願いするわ。
Please.
教えるのは構いませんけど。
I don't mind teaching you, but...
何か不都合でも？
Is it an inconvenience?
私一人というのが、お二人とも進んでいる箇所は違うでしょうし。
But if we're just me, aren't you both at different levels in different areas?
ああ、そりゃ大丈夫だ。進捗具合も何も、私と高崎の出来はどんぐりの背比べってやつでね。
Yeah, that's not an issue. Never mind how dreadful we are respectively, we're both in the same tight spot.
そうなんですか。
You see. Oh, but...
恥ずかしい話、テストの範囲すら知らないってな具合なんだ。ま、聖書の授業なんざ興味ないから仕方がないけどさ。
It's embarrassing to admit, but in my case, I don't even know what we're being tested on. I mean, why would I? It's not like I have any interest in Bible study.
それ以上は。
Okay, you don't need to say anymore.
宗教学校の学び屋で不敬ってか？別にバカにしてるわけじゃない。ただ授業に興味がそそられないってだけで。ん？
Oh, does that count as blasphemy around here? I'm not belittling it. The class just doesn't pique my interest. My bookworm buddies acting strangely and I tilt my head at her curiously. For some reason, Takasaki lets go of the handles of my wheelchair and hurries over to Shirahane as though running away from me.
おい、お前からも頼めよ。つまらない教科だからって。
Oi, you tell her too. It's a boring subject. The wheelchair shudders slightly, and a moment later, I smell sweet fragrance of perfume.
ごきげんよう、八重垣さん。
Good day, Miss Yagaki. Oh no. I feel an indescribable pressure bearing down on me from behind. Despite the summer heat, the air is turned frigid. I look back over my shoulder at the source. Ah!
そう、テスト範囲も知らないのですね。興味がないのなら仕方がありませんよね。
I see, so you don't even know what's going to be on the test. But if you had no interest in the subject, I suppose that is to be expected. Your smile and demeanor are no different from the usual. Manner's just as gentle as ever, but honestly, that's somehow even scarier.
バスキア教諭
Sister Basquait?
聖書の授業が苦手だったのですね。なら、私がつきっきりで指導してあげますわ。
So you're struggling with Bible study, are you? I'd be happy to give you some private tutoring, that way you'll have my undivided attention. I could object to this ostensibly very generous offer, and now...
さあ、手早くマルチングを済ませてしまいましょう。
Let's get the mulching finished quickly. The Basquait's broad smile urges me on, and I follow after her, bringing the straw along with me.
抗議する代わりにバラの手入れを手伝えってのはな。
Can't believe she's making me help with the roses instead of just lecturing me. I can't, to be honest, as someone who has no interest in gardening, I can't help but think that it's a waste of time going through all of this just for the sake of some pretty flowers. It's a lot of work for a little payoff, which makes this even more frustrating.
先生、ひざまずいて服が汚れますよ。
Sister Basquait, you'll get your clothes dirty if you kneel down like that.
お手入れをしているのだから仕方がないわ。八重垣さんもうさぎ小屋でお手伝いをしていた時は汚れるのを厭わなかったでしょ。
It's unavoidable when it comes to gardening. You were able to get a little dirty when you look at the rabbits, were you?
いや、まあ、そうですが。
Well, no, I suppose I wasn't. I forced myself to avoid mentioning that I had made my auntie partner do most of the work. Even now, Sister Basquait is continuing to spread hay around the roots of the roses.
一つ質問なのですけど。
I have a question.
何？
Yes?
屋根付きで暑いのに、なぜわざわざバラの根元に藁なんて引いて、さらに熱くさせているんですか？
It's already hot enough in the greenhouse, so why are you making the roses even warmer by laying straw around them? Pass her another handful of hay as she daintily wipes the thin sheen of sweat from her brow with a handkerchief as she explains it to me.
根元をこうして藁で覆うことをマルチングというの。こうすることで乾燥を防いだり。
Covering the root area with hay like this is called mulching.
地面の温度の上昇や雑草の繁茂も抑えられるのよ。
It prevents them from drying out and also regulates the temperature of the soil and encourages the growth of weeds.
へえ、素人考えだとますます暑くなってしまいそうな気がしますけどね。
As the temperature just seems like it would make it really hot.
高温期に入るから乾燥しないことが一番重要なの。
Since we're getting to the hottest part of the year, most important thing is making sure that they don't dry out.
本当は早朝に水をやるのだけど、あまり気温が高い時には乾燥しないようまた水やりをするのよ。
I have to do it way more often during the really hot periods so that they stay hydrated. Pleased to see me nodding along, Sister Basquait then launches into an explanation about fertilizer. Apparently you should aim the fertilizer to them once a month as well. Goes on to tell me about spraying them to prevent spider mites and melanoma disease.
めちゃくちゃ手間ですね。
They really are a lot of work.
でも手間をかけた分だけ返してくれるの。だから嬉しくて。
But they reward you for it, so I'm happy to do it. That's the bit I don't understand. I run my hand through my uncurly curls and look at Shirahane and Takasaki who are doing their own mulching.
基本理念と創世記、ここまでは分かった？
Do you understand what we went over about the basic doctrines in the book of Genesis?
ええ、教え方が上手ね、白羽さん。
Yeah, you're a good teacher, Shirahane-san. Oh, that's not... You seem to be making the most of this.
くっそ、白羽と組めばよかったぜ。
Damn it, I wish I was paired with Shirahane. I mutter a silent curse looking at them now.
こうしてみると、本当にそっくりだな。
She really is a spitting image of her. I mistaken her when I first encountered her under the cherry tree too. Gazing at Takasaki from a distance, she definitely reminds me of Mayuri Kasaka. Although Takasaki's hair is slightly longer.
めんどくささなら、二人とも一緒か。
They're both just as troublesome as each other. I smile wryly to myself, thinking of the girl who had earlier caused just as much trouble for me. As I watch her eye toward Takasaki, it seems to me that there is both a joy and a sadness in her eyes. But I'm probably reading too much into it.
面倒くさい作業もおしまいですよ。
The difficult part is over. Huh? Oh.
藁も引き終わりましたし、あとは少し湿らせましょう。
We've finished spraying the straw, now let's moisten it a bit. There's no sign of her usual languor as she practically skips over to the water trough. On the way, she calls out to the others who will soon be finishing up their respective sections to tell them to water their patches. Then she dips the can in the trough and returns to me with, "Oh, I can't say trough for some reason. I think of it the wrong way for some reason. Don't know why. It must be just me. Maybe tired."
さあ、水やりなら退屈しないでしょ、八重垣さん。
Now then, you'll be okay with the watering, will you, Miss Yagaki?
手入れの花形作業ですものね。
I'm sure I'll come out smelling like roses.
そうよ、分かっているのね。
Indeed. I was trying to make a joke, but it seems to have fallen flat. Sister Basquait hands you the watering can and urges me on.
なんだか小さい子にバスの降車ボタンを譲ってるみたいな感じだな。
I feel like a little kid just giving up the stop button for me on the bus. Very, very reluctantly. I'm not especially enthusiastic about this, but since Sister Basquait always takes such care of me, I force a smile on being and start watering the flowers.
存外重いんだな、長老。
This watering can is surprisingly heavy. When I held the hole in just one hand, I used both hands to lift it and pour. I think this one's bigger than the one Takasaki used when we were taking care of the rabbits.
片手で軽々持ってたし、意外とバスキア共有力があるんだな。
And Sister Basquait was holding it with just one hand. She's really quite strong. But it doesn't quite approach Shirahane's level. Sister Basquait always gives off a delicate, sylph-like vibe. I continue methodically watering the plants as I consider this unexpected revelation. I pour water over some roses with thick white petals and some purple roses. I don't know the names of the varieties. I'm sure I've heard that purple roses are really rare or something.
八重垣さんは水まきがお上手ですね。
You're very good at watering, Miss Yagaki.
そうですか。っていうか、水まきにうまい下手ってあるんですか？傘を差すのがうまいくらい聞いたことがないですよ。
Huh? Am I? I mean, can you even be good or bad at it? It's like saying someone's good at holding an umbrella. You'll never hear that.
八重垣さんは冗談がお上手ね。
And you're very good at telling jokes. I guess she was serious. It's the best way to take a step closer to me.
Sensei.
Sister Basquait?
上手だっていうのは本当よ。ほら、八重垣さんは根元へ水をかけているでしょ。
I meant what I said. See, you're watering around the roots, aren't you? Yes.
乾燥を防ぐためにマルチングをしたのだから正解なの。早朝気温が高い時は葉にも水をかけるのだけどね。
That's the correct way to do it. Since we've added the mulch to keep them from drying out. Though early in the morning when it's very hot, you should also make sure to water the leaves.
そうなんですか。
I see. The hand creeping over my eye is damp and cool. This feels quite unlike the unusual Sister Basquait. But that's not what has really grabbed my attention.
なんだかすごいいい匂いがするんですけど。
She smells so good. She lays her hand on over my eye. She explains, meaning that she's leaning over from behind my wheelchair. With her press against me like this, I can feel the heat from her body diffusing softly across my back. That's because she's sweating. I can smell her scent very strongly.
後でもっと詳しく教えてあげますね。
I'll show you more later.
詳しく教えて。
Show me more? I'm immediately suspicious of what she means by that.
いや。
No. I'm totally reacting like a boy. How gross.
冗談じゃないぞ。委員長じゃないんだからな。
This is no joke. I'm not the prez.
花火師さん？
It's Hanabishi. Once ago, I've let those words leak out. I try to pull my hand away from her along with the rest of me. She stares at me hurt like an infant who's just been robbed of her favorite pacifier and I...
水やり終わりました。
We're done with the watering. I don't know when she got here, but the sound of my auntie partner drives away the feeling of her hand and her heat.
そう、ありがとう高崎さん。
You are? Thank you, Miss Takasaki.
いえ。
No problem. I gaze at the two of them conversing.
勘弁してくれよ。
Give me a break. I think I'd come to understand a little bit of the pain that Shirahani's going through. I scrub my hand through my already wild hair and sneak another look at Sister Basquait.
ティーロワイヤルって知ってる？
Yeah, that was a long one. This is why we're not doing any more than one chapter right now, because, oh, I did not expect a long session. And yeah, skipping through. Hate to say it, if there's another choice, I'm gonna end the episode here at it. And, well, we'll bump to the next chapter. I don't think there is, though. I think that was the last one, so I think we're just gonna finish up here, because I don't think there was a choice here. It's so long and my brain's so baked. Baked brain. That I can't even think anymore. Yeah, I think we're at the end of the chapter, so we'll finish it off and start chapter 3 next episode. And because there's no choice to make, I can save right over the last one, saving me some time and some save room. You know, these games are kind of small. But yeah, this route is probably going to have a couple other deviants. This is why we did it. Because there's often a lot of alternate scenes that we have to see. And yep, there's the end of the chapter. So chapter 2 in the books. Next episode we're going to chapter 3. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.